Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2777. Lots of sevens of What's You Up To Now. This is where I document my journey, my lessons learned. I share what I'm working on, the good, the bad, the ugly. As I originally moved from the brick and mortar and corporate world of businesses, I worked simultaneously over a quarter century in corporate America while owning, operating, buying, selling different businesses in different industries of my own. And following my divorce, I was like, all right, I need something to do. What is it going to be? I'm old, but I'm not old enough to be done. So I'd always been curious about the online world and the internet. So I hopped on and started to learn and discover how the online world works. And I'm still discovering it. It is a huge undertaking and a huge world of interesting, curious, sometimes horrifying, but sometimes fun and amazing things. So today we're talking about, I have two groups that I run. Supersize Your Business for entrepreneurs and business owners and that want to grow and build and supersize their business, of course. And then an annual challenge. And this year's annual challenge is the Be a Better You annual challenge. We're doing one thing every day to be a better human being, be a better version of ourselves. And our topic this month, I use a 9-part life framework that I share with everybody, both people and businesses. And we work through different topics every month specific to the area of the life framework that we're focusing on. This month, we're focusing on spiritual health and well-being. Specifically this week, or for the next 4 days, the SOAP framework. The SOAP framework is a framework that I identified I used a process for handling challenges and things my whole life, but I never called it or a framework. I just did it, right? Automatically, like we do so many things. But during the pandemic, like so many other people, I was at this crossroads of, am I going to wait this out and see what happens, or am I going to be proactive and do what I can do within the new constraints and confines of what our lives were? And I decided I was going to move forward. And one of the things I came up with was this SOAP framework. It's a 4-step process for dealing with any challenge, any obstacle, any roadblock, any setback, any problem that comes our way that we don't initially just know what to do. How many problems do we have that we just don't initially know exactly what to do? Or I like it because it makes sure that I consider the things I should consider before I start to take action. So today, step 1 of that process is to identify our current and our desired story. Why do we want to do that? Because that creates the gap between where we are and where we want to be with respect to the topic that we're covering. This month, we're doing spiritual health and well-being. So we picked a spiritual health and well-being challenge area that we want to improve. I picked my connection to source, my connection to a higher power. And so, well, what the heck does that look like? Sure, I could take some action, but is it going to really get me from where I am to where I want to be? Not unless I identify and am really honest about, well, where am I with my connection to source or God or spiritual higher power? And where do I want to be, right? Because that's the most important thing. If I focus on what I want and where I want to be, even if I don't consciously do anything else, my subconscious will start kicking up ideas and doing things and attracting opportunities and things to me that will automatically move me toward that. So I want to identify where it is I want to go. But if I actually am honest with where I am right now, it's really easy to see the things that I can do quickly, like immediately, to start moving me toward that. And that's why the process is so powerful. It helps us to really hone in and put a frame around how do we go about getting what we want. Well, we got to go from where we are to where we want to be. And the next steps of the process will help us do that. So my mom is here visiting from Texas. She comes up every summer. She used to have a home here, but last couple of years ago, she sold it. And so now she comes up and visits. And today is her last day. So I'm going to spend as much time as I can with her. If you need anything, you can still ask me. I've got my cell phone at least with me. Might take me a few minutes longer than usual to answer. But I guarantee if you need help, if you ask, here's what I found from my personal experience. If I ask the question, which usually takes me a lot of gumption to get up and ask, I'm one of those not askers. I believe I should be able to figure everything out myself, which takes a lot longer than if we just ask the question. But what I've discovered is when I do ask, as soon as I'm willing to ask the universe, or ask the question, or ask anyone, I realize I already know the answer. And I guarantee that will happen for you too, if you just ask. That's why I like to be a sounding board for asking, because I know you already know what to do. But if you ask me, then you're opening yourself up to actually seeing that you already know. All right. Little woo-woo for today. If I can help you, please ask. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, see you tomorrow.